Alright guys, what's up? Thank you for tuning in to another episode. On this episode, we're going to be showing some of the troubles that we go through and how we address them, how we fix them. There's a few tips. We're not professional, but we had learned throughout the process. This is a two-part video, so make sure you watch the first half and the second half. If you guys want more up-to-date progress updates, please make sure to go follow us on TikTok. We post more frequently over there. On the shorter videos, so let us know what you guys think of the project. If anybody is interested, we will be dropping our email at the end of the video here for you guys to send us an email if you're interested on buying the kit once it's released. Thank you. We did the base coat that was pure white, then we did total of 4 coats in black, and then we did this one in gray and black and white mix. It came out gray. The reason for so many coats is, if you see here, I did get all the way to the bottom. The white is my final warning coat. If I get to the white part, the white color primer, then I need to stop. Either there's too many lows and I have to add another coat, or this is just too high or something. We need to make arrangements, but we're already too far. That is not the case. We might have some very minor low spots, but one other coat will be able to fill those in. So I flattened it a couple times, but like I said, we had fiberglass exposed, we had drywall exposed. So if you can see here, when I'm coming in with my straight block, I think this is 16 inches flat acrylic sanding block. If you see here, I'm not a professional, guys, but it's easy to get the concept. All the scratch marks where it's getting lighter is the high spots. Anything that's darker or the original color is the low spots. As you can see here, all this right here is a low spot. This is a low spot. This becomes a low spot. Anything in here are all lows. You could either look at it as lows, or you could come over here and all these are highs, and you need to break them down into the moment where you start seeing this being scratched as well. Then you have a flat surface. So let me give you guys an example here. Right here you can see. Now this one, I'm making it flat for you guys. It's flat, and then keeping it flat to transition from here to there. But right here is a different dimension or a different plane, because it starts to cave inward to wrap around the tire, when this one is straight up and down, and this one starts heavily. As you can see, it thins out. So you're gonna have some sort of turn here, but trying to keep it flat. If you see here, I'm keeping the back of the block flat on this plane and then coming into this plane at the same time. So when I'm going here, I'm keeping it flat with this one and making a nice smooth transition. You got to make your cross marks. But as you see there, that's a very low spot, and I'm starting to fade in into here. Same thing here. If I come here, it's not a lot of pressure. You're just letting the tool do the job. You see where it's hanging and it wobbles. You need to keep some sort of flat surface. So we started up here, we made that flat, we made our flat spot here. Now if it continues to another flat spot, you can go off of that and work off of that. So just find your middle ground and go off of there. Just in here, you could see this is all low. This is low. So this is very small. I can't feel it. I can't see it visually with my eyes. So there I could just spray a light coat possibly, and it'll fill that in. So you just got to do that and just keep doing that shit all the way around. Alright guys, here we are after months, after coats, after trial and error. So this is the stuff that keeps making us repeat processes. If you can see here, this is when we made the mold, we used drywall. It is extremely easy to sand. So if you break past the primer or the sealer, it starts to just sand away faster than anything else. So even though we keep it flat with the tools, it won't show, but there's a small dip. But then this, we had multiple bondos, body fillers, primers, with the garage not being able to get sealed up with humidity and stuff. They just keep cracking because they never properly dried. So we had that here. We had, well, you see right there, it shrunk a little bit. So this big piece up here, we had a much bigger piece. This entire piece here, I mean, it's a big piece, but we have pieces like that just keep cracking off. And right here somewhere, that's why there's multiple big spots. All these big spots are pieces that would crack on us because underneath it wouldn't properly dry. I mean, you can see that little dark spot right there in between there. That's just a low spot because it keeps shrinking and cracking. Another one right there, you see a crack, but this is where it led to that, but it's too small. It's the same thing here. This flatter, I mean, it looks a little yellowish. If you were able to run your finger through it, you would be able to see it. Again, this is drywall. That's drywall. So we coat it. Like this is one, but it finally stopped shrinking. Right here's another one that stopped shrinking. Another one. This one came back up. So stuff like this keeps on making us repeat the fill, sand, primer process. Some of these areas on the original one, this line here, let me zoom out. This line here on the originals, it comes over and then it right here just drops. That's one, right? This one, it goes here, it disappears on the original, but then it comes back out here where the original truck has this like sharp line over here. Since we got rid of that, we have this that we followed through. This one right here, we are blending it. It's sharp to look like the new ones. Then we'll blend it out and it'll match this little groove right here. So I had to make this follow this other line. That's something that we had to make. This line here on the originals as well, like pivots down into this, but we had to cut it and make it go back as if it was a hood piece. If you stand over here, you get a little bit better view. Comes down. This is the joint area. It'll come here and it'll come straight over. So we had to modify that. If you look in here, I'll just quickly adjust this edge piece. Gotta clean that up. That way you guys can get a better picture. So exactly here, then come back in. If you guys wanted to cut this as a hood and not have a one piece, you could probably come here, cut it down, and then this would be like just a lid piece and nice and over. Keeping your fenders nice and straight here, not making you cut anything else. So stay tuned. We gotta keep going at it. We'll show you the finished progress and they'll be ready for order. Stay tuned.